Good morning, students. I am Ms. Republica Borgohai, Assistant Professor, Assam Downtown University, Guwahati. So today I will be discussing regarding the classification of amino acids. As in my previous video, I just discussed regarding the introduction part of amino acids. So here it goes. So we know that amino acids are classified into different ways based on polarity, structure, nutritional requirement, metabolic fate, etc. Generally used classification is based on polarity. So amino acid polarity chart shows the polarity of amino acids. Now the classification on polarity basis. So based on polarity, amino acids are classified into 4 groups as follows. They are the non-polar amino acids, polar amino acids with no charge, then polar amino acids with positive charge, and polar amino acids with negative charge. So these are the 4 classifications on polarity basis. So now I will be discussing regarding the non-polar amino acids. So what are non-polar amino acids? So they have equal number of amino acid and carboxyl groups and are neutral in nature. So these amino acids are hydrophobic and have no charge on the R group. The amino acids in this group are alanine, valine, leucine, isoleucine, phenylalanine, glycine, tryptophan, methionine, and proline. So these are the structures for alanine, that is CH3, CH, NH3, COO. Then the other structure, that is valine, and the other is for leucine. Then this is the structure for isoleucine, then glycine and tryptophan. Again, these are the structures for phenylalanine, then proline and methionine. So now I will be discussing regarding the polar amino acids with no charge. So these amino acids, they do not have any charge on the R group. These amino acids, they participate in hydrogen bonding of protein structure. The amino acids in this group are serine, threonine, tyrosine, cysteine, glutamine, and asparagine. So here are the structures for serine, threonine, and glutamine. Again, these are the structures for cysteine, asparagine, and tyrosine. And this is the lysine structure. So now coming to the polar amino acids with positive charge. First of all, I discussed about what is polar amino acids with no charge, and now I will be discussing about the polar amino acids with positive charge. So polar amino acids with positive charge have more amino groups as compared to carboxyl groups. So in polar amino acids with positive charge, they contain more amino groups as compared to carboxyl groups, making it as basic. The amino acids which have positive charge on the R group are placed in this category. They are lysine, arginine, and histidine. So this is the structure for histidine. This is arginine. And now comes the polar amino acids with negative charge. The polar amino acids with negative charge have more carboxyl groups than amino groups. As we discussed about the polar amino acids with positive charge, they contain more amino groups as compared to carboxyl groups. But the polar amino acids with negative charge, they contain more carboxyl groups than amino groups. Totally opposite to each other, and they make them acidic. As in case of positive charge, it made basic. The amino acids which have negative charge on the R group are placed in this category. They are called as dicarboxylic monoamino acids. They are aspartic acid and glutamic acid. So these are the structures: aspartic acid, glutamic acid, Now comes the classification based on side chain basis. That is aliphatic side chains, aromatic side chains, hydroxyl containing side chains, sulfur containing side chains, basic side chains, acidic side chains, amide side chains, and amino side chains. So acidic and basic amino acids, they have, in case of acidic, the R group, it's a carboxylic acid and it donates hydrogen and they are negatively charged. And for example, aspartate and glutamate. So these are the following structures for aspartate and glutamate. In case of basic, the R group, it contains an amine group and it accepts hydrogen. And they are positively charged. And its ionizing point, that is its pH is 6. So here are the three structures for lysine, arginine and histidine. Now discussing the branched chain amino acid, that is BCAA. A branched chain amino acid is an amino acid having aliphatic side chains with a branch, that is a carbon atom bound to more than 2 other carbon atoms. So in a branched chain amino acid, it happens that in an amino acid, it has aliphatic side chains with a branch, that is a carbon atom is bound to more than 2 other carbon atoms. Among the proteinogenic amino acids, there are 3 branched chain amino acids and they are leucine, isoleucine and valine. So these are the structures for leucine, isoleucine, valine. So we can also say that the branched chain amino acids are among the essential amino acids for humans, accounting for 35% of the essential amino acids in muscle proteins. So 35% of the essential amino acids, they act as the muscle proteins, and 40% of the preformed amino acids, they are required by mammals. So branched chain amino acids, they have been used clinically to aid in the recovery of burn victims. They are also used in the treatment in some cases of hepatic encephalopathy. So in my next video, I will be discussing about the maple syrup urine disease, that is a branched chain amino acid, and the other parts of the amino acids which have been left out. Thank you.